You play an incredibly multi-layered character, and you love these sorts of roles.
Yes, I do. I mean, I think that when I read the script, I was drawn to it because I'd never heard of it. I didn't know this story, and it has so much going on as far as the idea of survival and how you survive and the choices you make, and also the sort of questions that I ask myself is, what would I do? What would I do in the same situation? I'd like to think that I'd do the right thing. And it's impossible to say because, of course, you'd never wish that upon anybody.
And I think that comes across, and that's what the director wanted as well, that as you're watching it, you're on the edge of your seat, and you're also thinking, what would I do as part of that?
Well, hopefully people kind of think about that. I mean, I think that would be an important thing to, if anything, the movie gave to people, is just the idea of putting yourself into that situation. And I mean, you know instinctively you'd look after your own family. I mean, I think that we all know that. But what would you do beyond that?
And your character steps up to the plate. He takes on that huge responsibility.
He doesn't want to. He really doesn't want to. I mean, he's just, and who would? I mean, who would want to sort of help, essentially, sort of, form a community in the midst of all this hell, which is essentially what they did. I mean, they set up schools, they set up hospitals. They traded. They kept themselves alive. Very successfully, but I can't imagine how it was. I cannot imagine really deep down.
And this is a true story at the end of it, and to see relatives of the character that you're playing watching the movie, how was that?
Well, sadly I missed that. They had a screening in New York about 4 weeks ago, which went very well, I think. I can't remember how many people were there. There was about 400 people there, but I mean, it just gives you an idea of how many people have actually survived because of it. You think about grandchildren and great-grandchildren that have survived.
Is it important for you to do work like this? I mean, you've done countless movies apart from Bond, because you don't want to be sort of pigeonholed in any way, do you?
I'm not trying to not be pigeonholed. I'm not. That sounds like I've got some grand plan. I don't. I mean, I try and do work that interests me and hopefully interests other people. That's just sort of the only way I approach things.
I mean, this is very... When you were at the Liverpool Everyman all those years ago, and your mum took you there and you sort of wanted an idea of being an actor, did you ever expect all this?
No, of course not. I mean, all I ever wanted to do was act. I mean, and you know, what goes along with it, you can dream or sort of have ideas of, but I mean, I couldn't expect this. You mean sitting in this lovely hotel room talking to you?
Of course, what more would you want? I mean, you've just finished promoting Quantum of Solace. You're a glutton for punishment, doing another promotion for a film. But this is so important to you, this one, isn't it?
Of course it is. It's incredibly important. I mean, I did this movie, literally finished this movie a month before we started shooting Quantum, and we fitted it in because I wanted to do it. I mean, I wanted to tell this story, and you know, and promoting movies you love is easy to do.
I mean, how do you escape all this sort of publicity glare?
I don't know. You got any clues?
You can't go to the pub now, can you?
No, I can try.
How about North Yorkshire? Apparently you've been spotted there. You've got a house there.
I go to a lot of places. I don't have a house in North Yorkshire, no.
OK. And Liverpool Football Club?
Yes.
They're flying high at the moment. Do you think they can do it?
I know they can.
Are you going to go and see a match?
If I can get some time, I will.
Hallowed time at Anfield?
Yeah, I would like to very soon.
And the new Bond, are we going to see a brighter, happier, smilier Bond?
No, it's going to be much more miserable.
Is Q coming back? Moneypenny?
I can't tell you anything. I'd love to see all those characters come back. I mean, we haven't, literally, look, we finished promoting this movie just before Christmas. I haven't spoken to anybody from that production since then. I mean, we're all sick of the sight of each other. So in the new year, we'll sit down, we'll talk. But yes, I'd love to see all those characters come back.
You're a family at Pinewood. Thank you very much, Daniel.